only got put out because Iman leaked the divorce documents from Jump Street. Our divorce was private. Our proceedings was private. Everything was private for a whole year. Y'all didn't even know. I'm gonna give you one even better. The same time that I filed for divorce, I still had Iman opening up for me on tour. Iman was still with me on tour.
Y'all, gather around because this tea is so hot it might burn your screen. If you thought Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert's messy history was done, you need to sit down and buckle up because this right here proves that some exes just don't know when to stop crossing the line. I'm about to break down how Teyana planned a picture-perfect birthday party for her baby girl, a day that should have been all about smiles and princess dresses, but ended up being hijacked by Iman showing up uninvited, acting like the main character, and pushing Teyana straight to her limit in front of everybody. By the end of it, security was dragging him out. Kids were crying, grown folks were filming, and Teyana was ready to burn every bridge she ever built with that man. So grab your drink, because I'm not leaving out a single messy detail. First, let's rewind just a little for the folks who somehow don't know the saga of Teyana and Iman. Once upon a time, these two were the couple everybody envied. They had the red carpet chemistry, the cute baby, the reality show that made fans feel like they were part of the family. They laughed together, danced together, and Teyana never missed a chance to brag about her king. Meanwhile, Iman soaked it up, acting like the dream husband in public while rumors swirled left and right that he wasn't always where he claimed to be at night. But you know how folks love to look the other way for the sake of a picture-perfect family. So did Teyana for a while. Fast forward through the cheating whispers, the hush-hush breakups, the so-called reconciliations. At some point, Teyana finally woke up and said enough is enough. She focused on herself, her music, her baby. She made sure everybody knew that while they were still co-parenting, they were done as a couple. But as anybody with a messy ex knows, just because you say you're done doesn't mean they believe you're done. And Iman? He never believed it. He's the type that thinks because he's the father, he's got a free pass to pop up whenever he wants. And up until now, Teyana tried to keep the peace. But even a patient queen has her limit. So let's get to the day in question, their daughter's birthday. Now, Teyana is a doting mama if there ever was one. She pulled out all the stops for this party. A princess theme that would put Disney to shame, a custom cake taller than half the kids there, glitter balloons everywhere, a little petting zoo, and a guest list that was strictly close family and friends who had been there for her through thick and thin. One name that was not on that list? Iman. And that wasn't by accident. See, insiders say in the weeks leading up to the party, Teyana and Iman had been butting heads hard. He was trying to act like they were best buddies, dropping hints that maybe they should work things out for the family. Teyana wasn't having it. She made it clear he could celebrate their baby another day, but her house, her rules, her party. He wasn't invited. Word is, Iman was telling anyone who'd listen that he was going to show up anyway, because no one was going to keep him away from his daughter. Teyana's friends warned her, "Girl, he might really pull up." But Teyana, being Teyana, brushed it off. She didn't want to stress. She told her people he knows better. He wouldn't ruin his own child's day. If only she knew. The day of the party, everything started out magical. Family arrived with gifts bigger than the kids. There were little girls in princess dresses running around with face paint, a backyard full of giggles, a candy table that would give a dentist nightmares. Teyana looked gorgeous as always, mingling with parents, keeping an eye on the cake, making sure her baby felt like royalty every second. It was picture perfect for about an hour. Around mid-party, while kids were lined up for pony rides, Teyana noticed her security guys talking into their earpieces and glancing nervously at the gate. She didn't think much of it at first. Maybe a delivery or some random fan trying to sneak a peek. It happens when you're famous. But then one of the security guards hustled over to her and said, "Real low, Miss Taylor, he's here." She didn't even need to ask who. Her stomach dropped. She asked he who, knowing good and well the answer. "Mr. Shumpert," the guard said. "He's at the front. says he's here for the party. Teyana felt all the blood rush to her head. She took a deep breath, told the guard, "Keep him out. This ain't the time." And she thought that would be that. But Iman had other plans. When security told him he couldn't come in, witnesses say he started raising his voice, saying it was his kid's birthday. No one had the right to keep him away. He pushed past one of the guards, and before anybody could stop him, he was through the gate, strutting up the driveway like he owned the place. Inside, people started to notice the vibe shift. You know how parties feel when tension walks through the door? Laughter dips. Music suddenly feels too loud. Eyes dart around. And in the middle of it all, here comes Iman, acting like this was his moment. He went straight for his daughter, scooped her up like nothing was wrong. Poor baby was happy to see her daddy. She didn't know any better. But Teyana? Her face said it all. She tried to keep calm for her daughter's sake, but her hands were shaking as she walked over. Witnesses say she asked him, quiet but firm, "Why are you here? You know you weren't invited." Iman, loud enough for everyone nearby to hear, said, "This is my kid. You don't get to tell me when I can and can't see her." Teyana told him, "Not today. Not like this. You're ruining her day." And that's when Iman flipped it, talking about how Teyana was being petty, how she was turning his daughter against him. Now, mind you, this is all happening in front of family, friends, and a yard full of children. Folks tried to steer kids away, but you know kids, they sense drama even when you whisper. Next thing you know, Teyana raises her voice. And if you've ever seen Teyana mad, you know that voice can shut a grown man down quick. She told him to put their daughter down and leave immediately. He refused. They went back and forth, and that poor baby started crying, caught in the middle. Teyana's mother and aunties jumped in, trying to calm things down, but it was too late. Everybody was recording. One clip made it online within an hour. You can hear Teyana yelling, "Get out. Not today. I will not let you ruin this for her." Security finally stepped in and tried to separate them. Iman kept arguing, saying he had a right to be there. Guests were mortified, kids were scared, parents were whispering, some were filming because, of course, people love receipts more than peace. Security gently took the baby from him, handed her back to Teyana's sister, and then physically guided Iman out of the yard. He kept shouting over his shoulder about how fake Teyana was, how he was gonna tell everybody the truth. And baby, you know the blogs ate that up like Sunday dinner. After he was gone, the party was basically over. How do you go back to singing happy birthday after that? Teyana tried her best to calm her baby down, recut the cake, take some photos, but everybody knew the mood was done. Some folks left early to avoid the awkward tension. Teyana kept a smile on her face for her daughter, but insiders say the second guests were gone. She broke down crying in her dressing room. Who wouldn't? Imagine putting so much energy into giving your child one perfect day, only for your messy ex to crash it like a bad plot twist. It didn't take long for the clips to go viral. Fans were split like always. Half of them were dragging Iman for being immature, saying he could have celebrated his daughter another time instead of showing up uninvited and making a scene. The other half blamed Teyana, saying she should have let him come since it was his kid's special day too. Some folks, though, were smart enough to see the truth. If you've ever dealt with a controlling ex, you know showing up uninvited isn't about love. It's about power. It's about proving they can still make you react. Teyana didn't give a big statement afterward. She doesn't have to. All she posted was a simple black screen on her IG story with one sentence: "Protect your peace at all costs." That's it. No press release. No notes app apology. No messy back and forth. Just facts. Word on the street is she's beefing up her security now, making it crystal clear that next time, if Iman tries it again, there won't be any gentle walkouts. He will not be allowed anywhere near her space unless she says so. And honestly, good for her. Meanwhile, Iman's out here doing what he always does, playing the victim. He's been telling anyone who'll listen that he just wanted to see his daughter and was treated like a stranger at the door. Cue the violins. But let's be honest, the receipts tell a different story. He knew he wasn't invited, knew the timing was off, and still pulled up like it was his moment. That wasn't love, that was ego. Some people never evolve, and Teyana? She's finally done pretending he ever would. So what now? According to those close to her, Teyana's shifting her energy back to what really matters: her daughter, her peace, and her paper. She's cutting out distractions and diving headfirst into her next chapter. Word is, the new music's coming sooner than we think, and if you know Teyana, you know she doesn't just write songs, she writes truth. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, it gets laced into her lyrics with a kind of rawness that hits you right in the chest. Fans already know the deal. The comment sections are full of "drop the single, sis," and "we need a diss track ASAP." But she's not about to go live and start dragging names. That's not her style. She's strategic, silent, and sharp. Teyana doesn't spill tea, she bottles it, sells it, and tops the charts with it. So get ready, because when she finally speaks through her music, everyone's gonna feel it. And TikTok? Better start clearing space on the soundboard now. So here's where I need y'all. Do you think Teyana did the right thing by keeping him out? Or do you think she should have let him stay just for her daughter's sake? And what would you do if your ex popped up at your child's party after you made it clear he wasn't welcome? I need to hear y'all's stories because this topic is too real and too messy to stay silent on. If you made it to the end of this video, bless your heart because phew, this one was a ride. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're Team Teyana all day. Smash that subscribe because you already know the next scandal is always around the corner, and we're gonna break it down right here together. Turn on those notifications so you never miss a drop of tea. Stay safe, protect your energy, keep your parties drama-free, and remember, sometimes the best gift you can give your child is peace, even if it means keeping certain people at the gate. I'll see y'all next time with more receipts and more piping hot gossip. Bye for now, and don't forget to check your guest list twice, baby.